Hello, everybody. It is me, Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and communications consulting firm here in the Pacific Northwest. That means that we do communications work, we do management consulting and training, and every single thing that we do, we center people of color and marginalized people. That's a fucking mouthful. It's also the Thursday update. On Monday, I tell you my intentions. On Thursday, I bring you back and I tell you how I did. Literally last week, I said that whenever my intention is concrete, I fuck it up somehow. This fucking Monday, my intention was concrete. It was to get more outreach for speaking and training. And do you know that I did not do I did a couple. I'm not going to say that I didn't do anything. That's not true. I have done outreach to find speaking and training gigs. I feel good about that. I also didn't do as many as I intended to, and I am starting to notice a pattern. When I make a decision to do outreach for speaking and training, I don't. The last time I put a block on my calendar to do speaking and training outreach, I actually fell asleep, which is not like, I am way better at taking naps now than I was several years ago. I actually had to practice and get better at it. It wasn't something that I was naturally good at. And in fact, for years, I would not actually take naps. I would just lay down and regulate my breathing and then get back up. I would never fall asleep. And that, thankfully, I've been able to change that and fall asleep and get the sleep I need during the day, which has just made me way more functional overall because I don't have to get all of my sleep in one block at night. And also I'm sleeping more at night too, which is really helpful. That didn't come easily. I know that sentence maybe makes it seem like I just practiced and now I'm good at naps. There was a lot of stuff I had to unpack, including the idea that naps are bad. I had to interrogate that, and I still do sometimes have to talk myself down from being overly judgy about a nap. But overall, big improvement. But anyway, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go find, do more speaker recruiting. Fell asleep for 3 hours, which is I usually don't just fall asleep. I usually don't fall asleep for that long. That was a really, really long time. And then almost couldn't wake up. I was just so exhausted, and I had been exhausted. I hadn't been sleeping well during that period of time, but I just wasn't, it was hard to take a nap. It was hard to, as soon as I decided to go find speaker jobs, I was my body was nope, you need this more. And I went to sleep and I was okay, cool. Then on Monday, I was I'm going to find speaker jobs. I put it on my calendar. This is the block where I'm going to look for speaker gigs. I sat down, I opened my computer. I was here in this office. I was ready to do speaker stuff. An idea for a story came to me, and I haven't had an idea for a piece of writing that didn't feel like I was pulling teeth to get in over a year. And I sat down at the computer and the story just flowed out of me, and I'm probably not gonna do anything with it, but just the idea that this thing that I used to write a daily blog, y'all, writing has been a big part of my life. I mean, I've identified myself as a copywriter for years and years. That's where New Coyote came from, is copywriting, and then having an equity lens. People realized that was also a very valuable skill that we brought to the table. And then also being, able to train people in communications has been helpful. Not helpful. That's my dream. That's what I love to do. And it's I don't feel upset about this. Planning to look for speaker jobs and then doing something else that my body clearly really needs and has needed. And also, I want to know what's going on. I want to interrogate why that is happening. Why is it when I decide to go and advocate for myself, to be hey, hire me for doing speaking and training, why is it that instead my body is nope, sleep instead, create instead, do these things that are fundamental to me, that I need? Why does it come out then? And my husband was yeah, that's weird. Because I also do a thing where sometimes instead of doing things that I should be doing, like eating meals, I clean the kitchen. That was not this. It didn't feel like that. When I'm cleaning the kitchen out of stress, it feels bad. I feel head up. My pulse is high. My skin is hot, you know? These 2 other times when I wanted to go find speaker gigs and instead I ended up doing something that was fundamentally caring for myself in the moment, it felt amazing. It felt good. I still feel good because of it. Like, I feel refreshed. I feel renewed. I think part of it is that the way that I have been going about trying to get speaker gigs is not working. And doing it more, doing a thing that doesn't work more is just it's throwing good time after bad. So I think I will probably change my process for finding speaker gigs because it's not working. I think that my body knows that it's not working, and that's why I've been avoiding doing it, because it's not actually a good use of my time, and that investing in rest and investing in creativity is actually a much better use of my time. And being able to hear my body on that and listen to it and participate in that, and not feel ashamed and not feel mad and not try to force myself to do it anyway, has just been extremely affirming and helpful. So it's like, this is a very joyful feeling. And also, I still need to go get those jobs. It's not like I cannot do that. So I'm going to be doing more interrogation work of myself and my motivation. I am also going to be putting on a toxic productivity training for consultants on May 20th at 4 p.m. This is a free training. I am taking donations. So if you want to donate to me and take this training, totally welcome that. I will have like Venmo and PayPal info in the description of the event. I'll be talking more about it probably later today or tomorrow, but I'll also be reaching out to specific consultants that I feel could really use this course. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. 1, I know y'all need this shit. Do not lie to me. You know you do. 2, I really want to show other consultants what it's like to take my training so that when I ask them to recommend me, they know what they're talking about. They have taken my course. Like, they can share this experience. I think that I come to training from a unique place. I center the people in the room for the training. I come with my own curriculum, with my own knowledge, and with a framework. But within that framework, we have a lot of different options for how we're going to learn this shit together that is completely dependent on who's in the room. And I don't think that a lot of other trainers do that. I also don't, I haven't really had that experience in training myself. And I feel like as a person who is a learner, that method is the most effective for long-term retention and internalization of those themes that you're learning in the training. So that is one of the ways I'm going to start promoting myself differently, is having these specific trainings for specific groups of people who I know can share with their clients or with their connects what it's like to take my training. I think I'm also going to be more specifically targeted about my push, and not just say, hey, do you want to hire me for a training, but to say things like, I feel like this training is the one. Here it is. Here's some stuff about it. I don't know. Maybe that's too much. I've also been told that I give away too much for free, which I love giving away stuff for free. I do. Like, not even just like, that's not a self-deprecating comment. That's just a thing that I like to do. So, you know, I continue to learn and grow. 20 years of working for myself, I still just know that I continue to learn and grow. And I don't, now that we're actually like doing okay as a business, I don't feel bad about that. I just feel like that's a part of my process, and that process has gotten me to this place, which is a pretty nice place. So I will see you on Monday. Have a weekend. Don't forget to have a weekend. See you later, y'all.